Welcome to Family Gamer TV. The thing about New Year's resolutions is that you kind of need a bit of perseverance. You can't just have the good intentions and then hope that it kind of sorts it out for itself. Unfortunately, I am not particularly good at keeping up with things. It takes me a while to get into a new habit. And so after the new year and after all my decisions to try really, really hard to do a press up and everything, I kind of lapsed. Luckily, Wii Fit U has kind of a few things built into the game and this, gamification of fitness that are designed to encourage you to keep going. So the easiest one for me was the Fit Meter, actually, the new thing in Wii Fit U that isn't in the original Wii Fit, because I think it's just so easy to just take it everywhere with me. I don't really have to do anything extra, which I know is not really the point of a new fitness regime, but it is easy for me to keep up that kind of mentality of, I'll just take my pedometer and see how many steps I'm doing and stuff. And uploading them to the Fit Meter challenges to see how well I'm doing. It is quite encouraging. One of the other kind of compulsive things that keeps me going is the stamps that you get when you do the body test. So again, this isn't really encouraging me to do anything extra and to kind of do any of the activities themselves. Certainly not helping me learn how to do a press up, but it is encouraging me to go back to the game every day, because when you do the body test, which takes like 5-10 minutes, after you've done it, you get a stamp and you get to kind of put it on your gamepad screen, like tap the screen and, like feels like you're putting a real stamp on a real calendar. And if you're a bit obsessive like me, then the idea of kind of filling up your whole calendar with these stamps and not having a day that's got a gap in is quite appealing. I haven't managed it so far. Another cool thing about it, obviously, is that you can unlock different stamps when you do your activities. So you start off with one that's like a footprint, and then you can get like stars and hearts and stuff like that, which is a nice little touch. If you're more kind of motivated by competition, then the leaderboards that are in the game are quite good. This is especially good for family situations. So in our house, we've had our neighbours come in and try it, and while inevitably everyone is better than me at doing press-ups because I can't do any and they can at least do some, there are some things that I am better than other people at, which is quite encouraging for me. So hula hoops is one that I'm particularly good at. So it's always nice to kind of see your face pop above someone else's in a leaderboard. And the reason this is good for families is obviously families tend to be quite competitive anyway. So if you've got brothers and sisters who like to outdo each other, then the different activities that are their different strengths, the leaderboards will kind of help show who's improving in what areas, and it encourages you to go back and give it another try if someone else beats your score. Another thing that happens at the end after you've done an activity is you can unlock new activities. So if you're particularly good at something, or if you've done it enough, the game will unlock kind of a harder version of it for you. Strangely enough, this actually happened for me for the press-ups. I've unlocked 20 reps, despite the fact that I can't even really do one. But for other activities, say if you're getting quite bored of the aerobics because it's quite easy, or with me with the hula hoops, I think I've unlocked an extra mode, which means I can do it for longer, or there's kind of added stuff in there. It's good to have like a new version of an activity that you can do instead, if you've managed to get those 4 stars that show you're really good at it. Another thing that happens at the end of doing an activity is that the game recommends you a couple of other things to try straight away. Now, this is good because I don't know about you guys watching, but for me, I kind of feel like once I've started doing some kind of exercise, like that's enough. Like the fact that I've tried and done one thing is, is really good for me. And it is good for me because I don't do anything. But this way, the game encourages you to just do one more thing. And it's often kind of linked to the thing that you've been doing, which is really helpful. So like when I unlocked, I think, extra reps for the tricep extension, it recommended that I do that straight away to kind of try it out. Or it does things like it recommends something that works the same muscles but in a more fun way. So after that tricep extension, it recommended something called bird's eye bullseye, or bird's eye and bullseye, which is another activity that's a bit more fun that also works the same chest and arm muscles as the tricep extension. After the hula hoop, I got recommended to try jogging if I wanted to burn more calories, stuff like that. So it kind of bases it off, if you've got more time, you might try this, which is really, really cool because, again, like with the routines, it's a way to give you an idea what to do next. So one thing that's specific to the Wii Fit games is the balance board, obviously. And this is such a great way to show you if you're doing the right thing or not. Because if you're just trying to exercise at home on your own, like you might look up a video on the internet, but you don't really know if you're doing it right. And if you can't afford a personal trainer, and many of us can't, then at least you've got something telling you that, you're not making enough pressure or whatever. This is how I know that I can't do proper press ups, because if I'd just been left to my own devices, I might have thought that the little bit that I can lower myself was enough, and that it counted. But according to Wii Fit, it doesn't. You can see in the footage of me trying to do press ups, I can only very occasionally make the little bar change color, which means that the balance board isn't even registering that I've done anything half the time. In Wii Fit U, there's the new edition of this mirror mode. So the gamepad has a camera in it. And if you set it up just right, you can kind of make it watch you while you're doing your activities, and you can see your reflection on the screen next to the trainer. And this is great because it means that you can see while you're watching the trainer if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So for some of the more full body exercises, if you're not sure if you're kind of putting your arm in the right place or whatever, this is a really good way of comparing yourself to that animation to see if you're doing it right. It's really, really useful. It might be a bit embarrassing, especially if you're kind of all sweaty and red-faced or whatever after doing your exercise, so you might want to just do it when you're on your own. But it's a pretty neat touch to the game, and something that's new with Wii Fit U that isn't in the original Wii Fit. So generally, I found that obviously it can be difficult to get back into things after having a bit of a break, which is what happened to me really over Christmas and the holidays and stuff. But Wii Fit U does have a few things to keep you going. It's certainly more encouraging than the little voice in your head telling you that you're awful because you're not making any effort. It's got the mirror mode to show you if you're doing things right. It's got recommendations to give you more ideas of what to do afterwards. It's got, unlock new activities to give you that sense of progress. You've got the leaderboards to give you that competitive spirit. And you've got the stamps after you do the body test to keep you coming back every day. And that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and keep going every day for the next week or 2 weeks or whatever until my last video, when hopefully that little bar in the press-ups will be changing colour a little bit more often, and I might have something to show for it. Find out next time. Remember to subscribe, or just keep checking back at the channel and you can see how I'm doing. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.